season here, so we need to get going on our garden. We're in zone 6A, which means we can start our cold crops now. That includes potatoes and onions. We are also putting garlic in the spring because we didn't get to it last fall. Too busy. So we're gonna do spring garlic this year. We've never planted garlic before, so we'll see what happens. Potatoes we've done lots of times, and they always turn out good. But we have decided that we're going to expand our garden this year, and we really put a lot of thought into it. We did a lot of planning.
We're by no means like professional gardeners, but in my opinion,
Not even close.
getting rid of that top layer of grass is a lot easier than trying to like just till it up and mixing it in and trying to pull out the chunks. So
yeah, our soil back here is not awesome.
No, it's very
chunky.
I don't know if you can see, but it's very wet as well. So not only is it chunky, but it's wet. It stays wet for most of the year. Even the summer, it gets really wet back there.
Big chunks of clay.
Yeah, it's kind of clayey in some spots as well.
So today we're going to stake out where our garden is going to be expanding to, I guess.
Yeah.
And Jeff's going to cut all the sod away. I am going to dig up all the strawberries and get those ready to be moved.
Yeah, we definitely learned that planning is pretty important. So we're trying to put a lot more time and effort into planning this year. The idea is to like have a better setup and have it more organized so that it requires a minimum amount of effort to maintain it. It's obviously going to take a lot of effort to build it and construct it and get it going, but we're just going to try and get started on it, kind of get proactive with this whole garden planning thing because we've got a lot in store this year for the size, and as time goes on, the longer we stay here, we want to keep expanding on our garden. So we're going to start by marking out where I'm going to sod cut for the corn. We got a lot of corn that we want to put in. We got ripped off last year. The raccoons stole a lot of our corn. Very frustrating.
A lot. Every single cob. We didn't get a single cob last year.
No.
We also are going to have to move our apple trees later in the year. We kind of slammed those in the ground without a lot of thinking last year too. But it's not a good time to move them yet, so we'll have to move those later. Today is just really getting ready for the cold crops. Potatoes, onions, garlic.
It's supposed to be spring, but it feels like it's 4 degrees out right now, Celsius that is.
Yeah. It was 17 degrees last week.
We spent a lot of time away. We like to camp. We like going up to the cabin. So the plan is just kind of have it organized so we can just, we have to do a minimum amount of weeding, minimum amount of anything.
It's easier to stay on top of.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. You always have the plan, but it never always seems to go to plan.
Okay, on to the sod cutting.
day 2 of trying to get this garden going. Yesterday I ran into some problems with the sod cutter. So we had a rental sod cutter from Home Depot. It was an 18-inch machine, which I was kind of preferring to have the bigger cut. This one here is a 12-inch. I believe it's the same engine. The problem we ran into yesterday is it ended up actually seizing the engine. There was no oil in it when they gave it to me. I never did the oil check on the thing before I ran the thing. I just expected it to come from a rental place, already with oil, already with fuel. Like, I checked the fuel, it was full. I never thought to check the oil. I literally drove it from the truck to where I was gonna start cutting, as you saw in the video, and it was running kind of rough, and I thought maybe it was just cold or whatever. It quit. Tried starting it. Anyway, long story short, I'm pretty sure the engine's kind of screwed up on it. Home Depot took it upon themselves. They said it was their fault. They gave us a free rental for this little guy for the day. So I have this 12-inch machine, and we'll see what we can get done with it today. Not sure how good you can see it, but it actually works really well. I'm pretty impressed by it. It only cuts off, I think, about 1.5 inches. The one that I had yesterday, the bigger one, it was going to go down about 2.5 inches. We don't necessarily need to go that deep. In my opinion, the more grass we can cut off, the better. So anyway, looks like it's going to work pretty good, so I'll keep going. Decided to repurpose the sod from the back, make use of it at the front of the house. This area gets a lot of wear and tear, traffic from the dogs and whatnot, so we're going to repurpose this, put it at the front of the house. I ran over it real quick with the sod cutter, just like a little bit, just kind of even it out, take off the first little bit of grass, and then yeah, we're going to try and reuse it, make use of it so it doesn't go to waste.